Hey, welcome. So let's talk about a problem that I'm sure you know all too well. How do we stop all that talk in the meeting room and actually turn it into real concrete action? Let's get right into it. Okay, I want to start with an acronym that you are probably not going to forget. Have you ever been on a team that feels like it's part of NATO? And no, I'm not talking about the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. I'm talking about this one. No action, talk only. It's kind of funny, right? But it's a huge problem. And today, we're going to figure out how to stop it for good. So what does this actually mean? Well, it's that super frustrating place where you have amazing ideas, you have detailed plans, you have endless meetings, but nothing ever seems to happen. It's basically the corporate version of just spinning your wheels in the mud. All right, here's our roadmap for kicking that NATO problem to the curb. First, we'll dig into the problem itself. Then we're going to build our solutions step by step. After that, we'll uncover the why behind it all, and finally, bring everything together. Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, the NATO problem. Why on earth do so many fantastic ideas just get stuck? You know this feeling, right? The energy in the room is electric. The whiteboard is covered in these amazing, ambitious goals. But then you walk out the door and poof, the momentum is just gone. And then the next week, guess what? You're having the exact same conversation all over again. It's this vicious cycle of talk, but no real traction. So how in the world do we break out of that cycle? Well, that brings us right to Section 2. We're going to take our very first practical step, figuring out how to turn those big, fuzzy goals into actual concrete actions. This right here, this is the core framework. It's a really powerful three-step process that's going to take you from a vague idea to really focused execution. Let's break down each one. Now, I know this sounds simple, maybe even a little obvious, but this is exactly where most strategies just fall flat. You've got to take a big goal, like, say, increase our market share, and actually translate it into a checklist of things you can do. The real question is, what exactly are we going to do on Monday morning to push this thing forward? But here's the thing. An action plan by itself, it's just not enough. To really make things happen, we have to dig a little deeper. And that brings us to Section 3, uncovering your why. We do that by getting super clear on your real intention and your objective. Okay, so first, let's define intention. This isn't just about what you're doing, it's the real reason why you're doing it in the first place. It's that deeper motivation, the actual spirit behind the whole strategy. And objective, that's different. This is the finish line. It's the tangible, measurable result you absolutely need to hit. So if the intention is the why, the objective is the what that you'll have to show for it at the very end. And this slide just shows the difference perfectly. On one side, you've got the what, that's your action plan, just a simple to-do list. But on the other side, you have the why, that's your intention and your objective. This is the whole purpose, the real reason any of those tasks even exist. Without a strong why, the what is just busy work. Okay, now we can really see how all the pieces start to click together. This brings us to our final and honestly the most powerful stage of this whole process, achieving holistic integration. This is where everything becomes one single unified force. So everything starts right here with your foundation, your high-level goals. Think of this as the mountaintop you're trying to climb. It's that big picture vision that really sets the direction for everything else. But a goal without any purpose behind it is just a dot on a map. You've got to bring it to life with your intention. This is the heart and soul of the entire mission. It's the why that's going to keep your team going when things get tough. And then finally, you build the actual staircase to get to that goal. And that's your action plan. And these aren't just random tasks, right? They are the concrete, day-to-day steps that connect your purpose directly to your progress. So why is bringing these three things together so critical? Because the result you get is holistic. Okay, what does that mean? It means you stop seeing your goals, your intention, and your actions as separate things on a list. Instead, you see them for what they really are, deeply connected pieces of one powerful whole. This right here is the biggest takeaway. If you're a leader, your job is to basically weld these three things together so they're no longer separate ideas. Your goals, your intention, and your action plan, they have to become one single indivisible unit. And what's the result? Total alignment. Just imagine every single task, every action that anyone on your team takes is like an arrow pointing straight at the same target. There's no wasted effort, no confusion, just focused, meaningful progress. And just like that, You've officially stopped being NATO. So I'm going to leave you with this challenge. The next time you're in a meeting, take a hard look at your team's goals. Which one has kind of a broken bridge between the action plan and the real intention? Find that one, fix it, and start turning all that talk into real, holistic action.